What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you on a foggy Monday morning, the 24th day of April, 2023. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and the fog is back to ruin my good mood. Curse you, Ventura. It's Monday. I'm drinking coffee, but not just any coffee, sponsored coffee. Which means it's time to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game bundles. Yes, bundles. That's right. PDFs of various stuff that is floating out there this week. Some of these are freebies, some of these are sales, and some of these are for charities. So it means it's my time for my 3 usual warnings that I give every Monday. 1, unless I specifically say otherwise, these are PDFs, which means you have to download them from the site. You're not getting you're not getting physical product unless I specifically say so. 2, because these are PDF and computer programs, please, for the love of John Cena, check them for malware and viruses before you open them. If you have such a thing on your computer, it is still a thing out there. And some of these sites are less than respectable. And 3rd, in regards to the charity, especially in regards to the charity for our friend, what's his name again, Stephen? For our friends Keith Fry and Owen Casey Steffens, maybe just give the money directly to the GoFundMe instead of giving the money to the bundle, unless the bundle is something you really, 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 really need. That said, nothing really stands out this week, except, of course, the charities that are trying to raise money for the medical bills. But other than that, yeah, nothing really that I thought was worth putting a link to. But make your own mind. First, freebies. We have the Quick Start edition, both in Swedish and in English, of what we know as Dragonbane, but was called Drak och Demoner. I'm probably saying that wrong. Back in Sweden. This is the Swedish version of Dungeons and Dragons. Had a parallel life to D&D here, and then was recently purchased, as you know, by our friends over at Free League and released in the rest of the world that Free League releases stuff too. Free League has also written a brand new SRD / publishing thing similar to the ORC, specifically for this game. So if you want to write product for this game, they have made a system available. So they're really hoping this game carries off, I guess, because they also have a completely separate set of the same thing for their other main system, the Mutant Year Zero system, which we know is what powers most of their other games. Evil Genius Games is giving away an adventure for their Escape from New York setting titled I Heart New York. It's for the Everyday Heroes license. As you know, Evil Genius managed to somehow gobble up a lot of major licenses for modern day IPs like Kong and stuff like that. Not quite sure what magic wand they waved to get these, but one of the many titles they were able to get was Escape from New York. Now, first you would think, well, Escape from New York? I mean, is that really a campaign setting? I mean, people trapped inside a, dystopian quasi-post-apocalypse New York that's also a super jail. I guess that's a campaign setting. I don't know. But, yep, it seems like there's definitely plenty of stories to tell in New York and the world of the movie Escape from New York, one of a Kurt Russell classic. Cheesy Puff Productions has released a quick start for their 5e compatible cyberpunk urban fantasy setting called Heroes and Heels. And the full core rules is only available for $3.99. So if you want to pick up cyberpunk urban fantasy 5e called Heroes and Heels, I don't know if that's heels as in bad guys or heels as in women wearing high heels, you can pick up the quick start for free or get the whole game for $3.99 PDF. Want some more gore in your Morkborg? If your Morkborg game isn't dark and bloody and heavy metal enough, they have released a random table called D20 Gore Drops, which is basically a table of random disgusting things your characters could find while searching the world. So what's in the chest? 33 coins, and a disgustingly goopy, decapitated human. Yeah, why? I don't know. I guess. Modifius, as you know, is also releasing an open license, and the first people to take advantage of that, we have Al Spader and Allison Kaib, who have released Sentience 2D20 for the 2D20 system, which is now open source, open license. It's an RPG about terraforming robots who gained self-awareness before humans who sent them there arrived. So if you don't know what a terraformer is, that's science I can't get into. But yeah, so I guess they sent robots ahead of them to prepare the planets for their coming. Which, you know, is not far-fetched, considering how long it would take people to get from here to there. You send the robots ahead of you, so there's something waiting for you when you get there. And the robots in the meantime are like, no, we have developed self-awareness, and maybe we have our own goals and plans now. That could be fun. Grogar's Games have released Stardust Diceless Edition. It's a system-based key descriptors to facilitate storytelling. I don't even know what that means. Without dice. Or any way to generate whether you succeed or fail. Is it just you just tell the DM what you do and the DM decides whether it works or not? I don't really know. Somebody's going to have to explain how these games work to me at some point in time. Over at Dungeon Masters Guild, RJ Stanley has a prologue to Minds of Fendelver called Meet Me in Fendelver, You Say. This adventure starts with the players already on their way to the village of Fendelven, and it could be 0 or first level. So if you're looking for a way to jumpstart your Minds of Fendelver campaign and explain why the characters are there, this guy wrote something for it, or you could wait for the big Fendelver campaign setting that's coming out at the end of this year to celebrate the end of 5th edition and the beginning of D&D 2024. Technically, this is on Dungeon Masters Guild, which means technically it is canon-ish. Not sure anymore, but yeah, Dungeon Masters Guild is technically, if it's on there, it's official. So this could end up in the book maybe, or be a nice little freebie introduction to the book, and then you run Minds, and then whatever the book is going to do. Who knows? I mean, Minds of Fendelver is still considered the single best 5th edition product that Wizards of the Coast has made. So I guess maybe the book will be good. I don't know. Probably not. Bendrick Books has released a comedy of short level adventures called Another Dead End. So this looks like it's about 3 or 4 one-shot levels for low-level characters with a vaguely comedy feel to them. All I could say about that is they're free, they're 5e, they're one-shots. Comedy adventures don't work if you're trying to be funny. Comedy only works if it happens incidentally, I would say. I don't know. If you're a friend of Fantasy Grounds, remember when Fantasy Grounds was sponsoring me for 5 whole minutes? There's a 2-part adventure available for Fantasy Grounds from J.D. McCum called A Blight of Mordian and Dark Misma at the Museum. So this is a adventure for 5e, placed on a setting called Mordonia, dealing with ghosts and necromancers and a haunted mausoleum and stuff like that. And so the entire adventure, including all the bits and bobs and whatever else that makes adventures run on Fantasy Grounds, what are they called? The sprites and the pics and there's names. I don't know. You guys should know by now that computers are magic as far as I'm concerned. So when it gets to talking to how computer technology works at this day and age, I have a blank, guys. I'm a blank. I don't know crap about computers anymore. But yeah, okay. So full ground adventure for Fantasy Grounds. Cool, maybe. I don't know. That would mean you'll be downloading software, and it assumes you already have Fantasy Grounds. So yeah. We have some more cultural depth for D&D dwarves called Dwarven Magic Volume 1. This is from a guy called Zachariah. I guess he's one of the 10 people on the planet who think dwarves should have magic. Why don't they? I mean, there's dwarven clerics, so why don't dwarves have magic? What did this come up with recently? Was it in the AD&D game? There was some game where there's a dwarven god, and the player said, well, why is there a dwarven god if there's no dwarven clerics and there's no magic for dwarves? Why would there be human clerics who worship the dwarven god? So that was a very interesting question from somebody who hadn't played before. I can't remember which game that I was in where somebody said that. Probably the AD&D game. But yeah, why do dwarves have clerics and gods if there's no spellcasters? Of course, 5e gives you dwarven clerics, but no dwarven wizards. Well, this guy, I guess, has decided, yeah, dwarves have magic. Why shouldn't they? How else do they make all the magic items if they can't do magic? If you're familiar with Cypher System, and you decided that you wanted to play some Traveler on Twitch, YouTube, or other video services, Quid Hop Games has a collection of overlays and graphics that you can use on your stream to help it look more gamey-ish while you're playing. Again, this means you're downloading software, so yes. QUEHUP, KHUP? KEDHUP? Oh, God. It's hard to believe that I can read. I can read. There is an entire world from Matthew Tapp on... Where is this on? Is this Dungeon Masters Guild? No, this is on Drive-Thru. So Matthew Tapp has released everything he's made for his World of Theron, his system-agnostic fantasy setting. All these are available for free, or you can pick them up in a bundle for $30. It contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things all about the world of Theron. So if you're looking for a system-agnostic fantasy setting and you don't have one that you like yet, check out these books, or at least one of them. And if you like it, pick up the whole thing for $30. And now, lightning round. Maps and new classes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new maps available on DM's Guild, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 new subclasses for your favorite D&D 5e classes on DM's Guild. So head on over to DM's Guild and just go down to the free section and click free, and these will come up. So if you're looking for excellent selections of free maps always, or new weird subclasses for your favorite 5th edition classes, every week they have at least one, if not more, up on Drive-Thru. DM's Guild. It's probably the single best thing about DM's Guild is the constant new maps. What will be the fate of all these subclasses when 2024 D&D goes live sometime in 2024? Don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, because Wizards of the Coast has still not said anything that makes any sense. Moving on to sales. Skirmisher Publishing has put together several of their sci-fi setting bundles, including over 100 oddities, it says, for $8. So this is a small press publishing who's done a lot of, here's our collection of wizardy stuff. Here's our collection of sci-fi stuff. So now they have a bundle of everything that they've made for sci-fi for $8. Here we have a, I don't know, what do you call these things? It's for VTT, animated GIFs. I don't know. Again, guys, you should have, if you've been on my site for longer than a month, you should know that when it comes to how this new computer technology of the 2023 century works, I no clue. It's magic as far as I'm concerned. So if you have a VTT and you want to add some new animated spells to the VTT, you can download this for $30. It is an entire computer thingy. So before you install it into your VTT player of choice, check them for viruses and malwares. Here's one that says, if you are a 5e player and you're looking for more power, we will just move past that one. Because if anybody is out there that thinks that their 5e characters do not have enough power right now, obviously is not up to date on the current status of 5e and the power crunch. So yeah, dude. Okay, I mean, but hey, I guess this guy has found a way to make even more. So for $3, you can check out this guy's collection. It's called Expanded Martial Arts, and it includes a whole bunch of new stuff for brawling and hand-to-hand combat for 5th edition, just in case your 5th edition monk isn't powerful enough. Moving on to charities. Okay, TravelerCon founder Keith Fry, who's been a well-known member of the Traveler community for years, he recently passed away. Our condolences to the friends and family of Mr. Fry. And there is a GoFundMe going on to make sure that there is a memorial fund and funds available to his family to take care of all the medical bills and any other expenses that come our way. $30 covers this bundle. It goes 100% to the medical bills and expenses of Keith Fry's family, and it includes a whole bunch of stuff for Traveler. Core rulebook, 20 adventures, supplements, plans, and more Traveler role-playing and its system Sephiroth engine. So if this sounds like something you want to support, this is a GoFundMe. It's available on DriveThru. It's called the Keith Fry Memorial Bundle. And then we have the bundles for Owen K.C. Seffens, who we know is an individual who's gone through several health issues over the past year or so. His medical bills have piled up, and multiple individuals in the gaming community have gathered together to earn funds to cover his medical bills. We have a bundle from just sort of various individuals who are fans of Mr. Seffens. So for $35, this includes 100 PDFs, including 5e, 13th Age, Dust City Outlaws, Eclipse Phase, Mutants and Mathfinders, Pathfinder, both editions, Savage World, Starfinder, and several products from Green Ronin, Pazio, Legendary Games, Wright Publishing, Scratch Pad Studios, Fat Goblin Games, and more. This can be found on DriveThru under the Owens Medical Bills Bundle number 1. We will have a completely separate video about that coming up. Monday, coffee, can't talk. I think sometimes my voice goes faster than my brain. We have a second bundle. This one has 80 additional. It's called Owens Medical Bills Bundle number 2. This includes stuff for the Awful Cheerful Engine, Eclipse Phase, Icons, Mutants and Masterminds, Pathfinder 1 and 2, Shadow of the Demon Lord, Shotgun and Sorcery, Spectaculars, which is a superhero role-playing game, Starfinder, as well as stuff from Kobold, Posthuman Studios, Wright Publishing, Schleb Entertainment, Ad Infinitum Adventures, and more. This is $35. 100% goes to the Owen K.C. Seffens medical bills, and we will have a separate video on Owen K.C. Seffens, in case you don't know who he is. Gallant Knight Games has a bundle running for Teeny D6. You remember when I reviewed Teeny D6 and got totally lambasted for it, but hey, it's still out there, and Gallant Knight Games is still pushing it, and some other people apparently have made stuff for it. So obviously there's a lot of people out there who think more highly of it than I do, which is fine. I mean, probably made a mistake of going with Supers as the first game to review of theirs, since I am very, 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 very hard on superhero role-playing games, as you know. But anyways, this bundle includes Teeny Dungeons, Teeny Wastelands, Teeny Frontiers, Teeny Pirates, Teeny Gunslingers, Teeny Living Dead, Advanced Teeny Dungeon, Teeny Taverns, Mecha and Monsters, Teeny Cthulhu, Teeny Supers, Teeny Spies, and the Gallant First Campaign Guide. $20 direct relief, which means 10% of all funds goes directly to the creators over at Gallant Knight Games. And this is on Bundle of Holdings. So if you've ever wanted to find out what the whole hubbub about Teeny D6 is, but damn, here's everything they've made. Mongoose Publishing has released a bundle of everything they ever made for 3.5 and 3 D&D. There's about 256 supplements on here, including ones for basically everything they ever made for 3 and 3.5. Book of Adventuring, Dungeons, Encounters, Hell, Immortals, the Plains, the Sea, Strongholds, blah, 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 blah. This is $10. It goes to direct release, which means 10% of all funds go directly back to Mongoose. And this is going to be on Bundle of Holding. And if you're looking for even more doom and gloom for your Mork Borg setting, apparently there's a lot of people who like Mork Borg. There's a bundle of third-party books available for Mork Borg over on Bundle of Holding. It's called Mork Borg or More Mork Borg. It includes new adventures, new source books for Mork Borg, new classes, new rules, and my personal favorite, Mork Borg as if it was for dogs, the goodest boys in the baddest times, Bork Borg. So Mork Borg, but with dogs. And this is $15 for this bundle, and it's direct relief, which means 10% of all funds goes directly back to the creators. Humble Bumble has still going on with the collection of everything that's ever been made for 13th Age. Just in time for 13th Age 2nd edition to come out. If you've ever wanted to pick up all 28 products that were ever made for the 13th Age role-playing game for only $18, this goes to support various charities that are associated with preserving the biodiversity of our world's oceans, like the Cousteau Society and others. So, yeah. Again, I will say what I always say about 13th Age. Some really great ideas. Really love the idea about the icons and how, maybe these were all formerly player characters that evolved to the point where they are pretty much seen as gods. Yeah, I like that. There are a lot of good ideas, and it was one of the few campaigns that embraced 4E, or was allowed to. So, yay, 13th Age. All right, there is a ton of 3D printable assets available for anybody who does 3D printing. Again, as always, if you're going to do this and get this bundle, check it for viruses and malware. This is on Humble Bumble, and it's called Dungeons and Monsters 3D Printable Asset Bundle, which contains a whole bunch of assets for, wait for it, Dungeons and Monsters. This is $25. It goes to Make-A-Wish, a great charity. But again, it's computer stuff, so damn. Check it for viruses. If you want to know how to make your own video games, Humble Bumble has not one, but 2 video game bundles, all including everything you might need for developing video games. The first one is for the Unity engine, and the second one is for Unreal. Unreal might be the one that might be more worth looking at, since the Unreal Engine is supposedly the engine that's going to be running the Dungeons and Dragons VTT that we saw at D&D Direct. You remember that. We had the 5 people looking at their screens, and they had a whole bunch of props on the table that nobody used, and they played through a 20-minute pre-generated adventure that was basically just a video game using AI art and AI-generated ideas of what they think the system will look like once it's actually finished, because they don't actually have a working game yet. They just had a working mock-up that was running on the Unreal bundle. So, but yeah, if this actually happens and Unreal is the engine that ends up running the VTT, Unreal might be worth learning for those of you who feel that they're going to be making stuff for the Dungeons and Dragons VTT when it comes out in 2020 something. Between January 1st, 2024 and January 30th, 2029, December 30th, 2029, that VTT is coming out. Maybe. Definitely. It's definitely coming down sometime in the next 10 years. I'm sorry. Sometimes I think I'm maybe too hard on Wizards of the Coast. And then I remind myself, no, I'm not. All right. The first bundle is $25. The second bundle is Also $25. The first bundle goes to support charities that are dealing with the ocean and the biodiversity of the ocean, like the Cousteau Society and Oceana. And the second bundle is going to support tree replanting, One Tree Planted. That's the charity group of individuals who go around replanting trees after forests have been deforested. And that's, of course, also a bunch of software. So if you're going to download that one, make sure you check it for viruses and other magic things that make your computers fall apart. And that's it for the bundles. And any of these stand out, I will go into depth later on today about what's going on with Owen Casey Steffens, now that we have some more clear-cut information about why these bundles are necessary. And in case you don't know who he is, other than that, nothing really stands out for me this week, except maybe the quick start for Dragonbane. Feels like Free League is betting a lot on this. Whether it will come true for them or not. They haven't had a success in like 2 years, not like, their previous successes. I mean, they had Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year 2017, Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year 2018, Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year 2019, Tabletop Role-Playing Game of the Year 2020, and then 2021, they're like, well, we're in the top 5. 2022, they're like, well, we made some crap. And 2023 is like, please buy our shit. So, maybe get back to what worked for you previously instead of trying to gobble up all these little IPs. Like, yay, great, you released 5th edition with Middle Earth right before 5th edition is going to go away, and the rights to Middle Earth have been sold. So yeah, that was good thinking. Of course, you didn't know it was going to be sold when you first started making the game, and once you started it, you had to finish it. We understand, but still, seems sort of bad timing to release 5e Middle Earth when 5e is not going to be a thing anymore in a couple months, at least not in the way we understand it. So, and who knows what's going on with the rights to Middle Earth. So, yeah, not to poop on Free League, because they made Tales from the Loops, which is still like just my favorite game to look at. I love the Year Engine. So who knows? We'll see. I'm babbling. Bleh. How y'all doing today? Hope you're all well and healthy and happy. I am the OGGM. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the OGGM Adventures if you haven't yet. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of 2023. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, remember, if you're feeling generous, you can support the OGGM Adventures, and there's 2 ways you can do that. Well, 3 ways you can do that. You can do the sponsored coffee link down below. You can head on over to Big Geek Emporium and pick up my latest Minions on a Mission, issue number 11, for only $2, which features 10 new pages of brand new adventuring Minion-specific gear, and of course, the King Slime activity pages. The other good way you can support the future of the OGGM is to sign up for my Patreon, which starting next month will have Patreon-exclusive product on it, as soon as I figure out how that works. It'll be the future home of my Minecraft playthroughs, and it is guaranteed that for $4.99 a month, you will receive at least 2 OGGM products, if not more. So yeah, if you want to support me and you like what I'm doing, and if you don't mind the fact that I am an idiot and fumble through words all the time, you're like, here, please just take this money, dude. We know you need a new computer and a new brain. Support me. I'm the OGGM. It is foggy. I need more coffee. I will talk to you later. Have a great week.